All right, friends, first things first, you have got two portions to this warm-up, so do me a huge favor. Pause this video right here and do that first top section where it asks you to evaluate, and then unpause and check your answers. All right, here are your answers for the first 5 problems, first half of your warm-up. Once you have checked these, move on to the bottom and then come back and check those. All right, welcome back. Here are your answers to the last 6. You'll notice in B and F, I actually solved in B where you get n to the negative 6 equals n to the m. Obviously, m has to equal negative 6 in order for that to happen. And in F, when you rewrite that exponential function in logarithmic form and you get log base 3 of y equals log base 3 of x, then y must in fact equal x. All right, we are going to look at some more properties of logarithms today. Again, these are all properties that you already have seen. These were covered in Algebra 2, so just want to remind you of these. First things first, the one thing that we have dealt with already so far in regards to logarithms is what is the definition of logs or definition of logarithms, and that is that if you have log base m of a equals n, it can be written, and also vice versa, in exponential form as m raised to the n equals a. So this is a logarithm in logarithmic form, and this is that same logarithm just rearranged and written in exponential form. So just keep in mind that this particular definition you've seen and been using. It's what you used in the warm-up. All right. Now, let's look at these other properties. The first property that we have is the product property. The product property of logarithms tells me if I have log base m of a and I add that to log base m of b, the property of logarithms tell me if I have 2 logs of the same base that are being added together, I can write them as one simplified logarithm using multiplication. So log base m of a plus log base m of b is equal to log base m of a times b, which again can be broken up and moved the opposite direction. So if you have log base m of a times b, it can be written as an addition problem. The quotient property tells me the following. If I have log base m of a minus log base m of b, the quotient property tells me that if I have 2 logarithms of the same base and they are being subtracted, they can be written as one simplified logarithm, log base m, using division of a divided by b. And again, subtraction becomes a division problem, and you can also go in the opposite direction and write log base m of a divided by b as a subtraction problem. Last but not least, we have the power property, which also you have seen because you've used it to solve some problems already, and that is log base m of a raised to the n power. That exponent can move down to the front, n times log base m of a. And again, if you start with n times log base m of a, you can put that n back into the original position of where it was as an exponent. So these are the properties and using the definition of logarithms that we'll be using in this class. All right, Moving on. Now, in talking about the log properties, this problem right here asks if you can apply the properties of logarithms to this problem. When you are looking at these problems, the first thing that you must do is look at the base. You'll notice these problems do not have the same base. If the bases are not the same, you cannot use log properties. So not the same base cannot be simplified using log properties. Okay, so the base has to be the same. All right. In this next problem, Mr. Cooper holds a contest. He gives them this expression. He wants them to write as many equivalent expressions as they can. So we've got a bunch of expressions here. We're just going to go through and we're going to determine why these expressions are in fact equivalent. And I will tell you every single one of these is equivalent. So before we do that, I want to look at this problem up here. You'll notice that it's log base 2 of 8 plus log base 2 of 8 plus log base 2 of 8. So before I get into like how do I know things are equivalent, I do want to ask myself, like, do I know what log base 2 of 8 is? So if I look here at log base 2 of 8 and I use that whole definition of logarithms, and I'm like, okay, well, if I write this as 2 to some given exponent equals 8, I know that 2 to the third equals 8. So therefore, since the question mark equals 8, I know that log base 2 of 8 equals 3. Okay, and that's going to come into play later here in this problem. All right, let's check some things out here. All right. So the first expression they give me is 3 times log base 2 of 8. Well, if I have log base 2 of 8 plus log base 2 of 8 plus log base 2 of 8, we know that repeated addition is just multiplication. So this is repeated addition as multiplication. Okay. For the second problem, log base 2 of 512. Well, that 512, I've got to figure out what that is. Well, log base 2 of 512 is in fact log base 2 of 8 cubed, which is, just like the problem above, using the power property, log base 2 of 8. All right, now next one down, log base 2 of 8 cubed. Well, log base 2 of 8 cubed is log base 2 of 8 cubed. We've already looked at that. We found this here. So I know this is just the problem using the power property, because I found it there. Now, log base 2 of 1024 over 2. Well, what if I simplify that 1024 over 2? That just gives me log base 2. 1024 divided by 2 is 512. Well, wait a second. I've seen that before. The second problem down that we looked at was log base 2 of 512. So this is, I'm going to write just like number 2 above. I'm going to go like this and write C explanation above, because we've already explained why we know that's the same. All right, in the next problem, I have log base 2 of 1024 minus log base 2 of 2. This is the quotient property. The quotient property tells me that this can be written as log base 2 of 1024 divided by 2. And y'all, we know what that is. That is log base 2 of 512. And we've already seen log base 2 of 512. So I'm just going to write C above. All right, 3 plus 3 plus 3. Well, 3 plus 3 plus 3 is equivalent because I know that log base 2 of 8 is equal to 3. If you recall, we figured that out up here above earlier, right? So I know log base 2 of 8 is equal to 3. So log base 2 of 8 plus log base 2 of 8 plus log base 2 of 8 is simply 3 plus 3 plus 3. So I do know that this has been properly simplified. What's going on here? All right. Now, next one down, I've got log base 2 of 2 to the 9th. All right, well, what if I use my power property? If I bring that 9 down to the front, this becomes 9 times log base 2 of 2. Well, log base 2 of 2 is just 9 times 1, which is 9. And I don't know about you, but 3 plus 3 plus 3 is in fact 9, which we've seen here. The one right below it, 9 times log base 2 of 2 is literally the problem that we did here. So I know that this is the same problem. And then last but not least, I have 3 times log base 2 of 2 cubed. So if I take that 3 that's an exponent and bring it down front, I have 3 times 3 times log base 2 of 2. 3 times 3 is 9. Log base 2 of 2. And once again, we've seen that here. Okay, so each one of these is basically the same exact problem, just written different ways. Okay, all right. Now, last but not least, there are 6 problems on this page. I would like you to use the properties that have been discussed to write each one of these expressions as a single logarithm. So you can use the product property, the power property, the quotient property, whatever you got to use. Go ahead and try these 6 and then just come back and check your answers. All right, friends, here are the answers to these 6. So as you can see, in A, we use the product property. In B, we use the quotient property. In C, I used the power property. In D, I used both the product property and the quotient property. C is once again the product property and, E. And then F is the quotient property as well as the product property. So hopefully you have a good feeling about these properties. Hopefully this was just a quick, easy, friendly reminder. All right, y'all, have a great day.